Hi, I'm Paula Kensington, and I wanted to talk today about the benefits and the value of coaching as an experience as a coachee, but also from my experience as a coach. I've been working with a lot of people over the past 10 years, really, but just recently having a lot of conversations with CFOs about how to think bigger picture, if you like. So I think about the coaching experience can really deliver value in three different ways. So there can be like breakthrough moments, which are huge aha moments where something really lands for an individual, which is great. And these come through, maybe more rarely than this kind of incremental value that just builds over time. And I do wonder whether some people, and myself included, when I think back 15 years ago when I was being coached myself as a CFO in a new role, and I do wonder the value that we attribute to it in the moment and in the period of being coached, whether it's a 3 month or 6 month or sometimes 12-month engagement. Do we actually really leverage the value in the moment, or do we then wait and then realize 12 months later, 24 months later, our actions are actually now can be attributed back to the coaching that we had, because someone unlocked these ideas in our own thinking and gave us a new way to think about a story, or allowed us to reshape or reframe a story or a narrative that we might have told ourselves around what we were doing, but also get us to see the big picture. So that's my third element of why coaching I think is really powerful and really valuable, is around this ecosystem. So, not only do you have a coach who's your sounding board, someone to check in with when you're not sure or you want to run something by somebody else who's had that experience, who's lived that experience themselves, whether it's going into a board meeting. And I was talking to someone literally last week about how I've actually had to navigate three founders in a board meeting, and the chair would look to me as a CFO as the source of truth. He would say to me, Paula, what are you seeing in this business? Basically he's asking me about, who's lying to him and who's telling him the truth. And I think as CFO, we are the holder of the truth, because I feel that we are the one person across the organization that cares about the outcomes for all stakeholders, not just egocentric people that are looking for their own personal return, whether that's money or power or both, whatever it might be. So the three reasons I think around coaching are breaking through moments, incremental benefits, and also that networking, that ecosystem, getting yourself involved in having your own thinking stretched and connecting. The power of connections. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And I think that is more and more important the higher up we go in our own professional journey. So thinking about how that might unlock for you, if you're in a coaching relationship, make sure you're thinking about, and if it's with me or whoever else, how can this person really help leverage my professional career? What am I missing? Ask the questions. What am I missing here? Get curious and try and really leverage the value that you've got right in front of you. And if you've had a coaching experience, certainly with me in the last 12 months, 24 months, come back to me if you're struggling. Like if you need like a check-in point. I've reached out to a program of ladies that I was working with 12 months ago and suggested to them, what are you doing differently that you weren't doing this time last year? And why haven't you reached out to me to ask me around any decisions that were coming up? Like how we forget the value of having someone in our network. Don't just check in, when you need something. Check in all the time. Have that nurturing mindset. People don't want to just make a connection and then pick up where they want something and not actually, how can I think about this as a relationship? It's so powerful. So that's my rant. That's my invitation. If I have worked with you, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to have a discussion with where are you now, and just get curious about the value that you actually are or have received, and those little incremental breakthroughs, because they all add up to like a real shift. One of my clients has literally put together a slide deck on a strategy, came to me about 3 months ago, and I feel like, you know, his weakness, he said, was not being able to relate the finance strategy to the overall company strategy. And now he's put a slide deck together, and is using me as that sort of challenge, that, you know, that perspective around what's the board going to ask me, what's the CEO going to ask me. So I've been able to work with him on his key messaging and his storytelling, because that is the power of what we do. It's not just the numbers, but it's the stories behind them. So um, that's value of coaching. And yeah, I'd love to know more about your experiences if you'd like, willing to share them with me.